Sometimes we may take for granted the sophisticated technology used to put out fires in our homes and businesses. Dick Wolfsie this morning went to Carmel to take a look at how it's done.
We are back in Carmel, Indiana, USAutomatic sprinkler, and back with Bruce Aiken. Good morning again.
Good morning.
For those who are just joining us, in a nutshell, in 12 and a half seconds, what is all this equipment for?
This is fire protection for our apprenticeship training program, and they are organized by manufacturer and from they're installed simple to more complex.
So your people come in here to learn how to install this in businesses?
That's correct.
And in homes?
Yes, that's
correct. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do a demonstration.
Yes, we are.
See if they work.
Yes.
I have a feeling they will.
We have reconfigured our room to look like a little bedroom.
Well, I'm going to go over to the expert. Not that you're not an expert.
I'll
go to another
more than happy to
go to another expert. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning.
Good morning, Brian. What are we going to show right here?
We are going to simulate we're going to demonstrate a fire in a simulated bedroom of a residential home.
Residential home. Now, you have something in your pocket. Let's go in here. Marcus is going into the room. And I have a feeling Marcus is going to come out of the room when we set this on fire. But can I hold this in my hand?
Absolutely.
Okay, tell us what this is. Let Mark come out into the light here. Tell us what this is.
That is a quick response sprinkler head. The sprinkler head has a glass bulb that is filled with a liquid with a small air bubble inside the glass bulb. And when there's a fire, that liquid heats up inside the glass bulb, will break the glass bulb, and allow water to discharge
from the
fire.
heat, not the smoke.
From the heat. Smoke will not set off the sprinkler head. Only the heat from the fire and the sprinkler head in the vicinity of the fire will activate.
So if you're in Walmart and one of these went off in one place, it wouldn't necessarily do the whole store, because that would ruin a lot of merchandise you didn't have to ruin.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Only the head in the vicinity of the fire.
Okay, Larry is going to set this on fire. Larry has the easy job. By the way, just coincidentally, seriously, this is actually Arson Prevention Week, I think. Something like that, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Arson Prevention Week. You ready, Larry? Yep. Okay, get that smirk off your face, Larry. This is serious business. Here we go. Okay, tell us what's going to happen here.
Larry is going to simulate a fire in a, we'll just call it a small waste paper basket, if you will, set next to a bed and underneath some curtains.
Now, again, the smoke doesn't really mean anything yet, right? The smoke won't. Now we've got fire.
The fire is going to ignite the curtains here shortly.
Now, all of these systems, now typically in a one-bedroom house, you don't absolutely have to have this, but you're saying if you have, here we go.
That would simulate the smoke detector going off. Now we have fire up the side of the wall through the curtains and banking across the ceiling. And now we've had the sprinkler head activate. And as you can see, when the sprinkler head activates, the fire extinguishes very quickly.
And this is always water. It's never chemicals. Is that correct?
Correct. In this sprinkler system, it's always going to be water.
Wow. And that happened in about 15 or 20 seconds.
Very quickly, yes.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Okay, I'm Bruce. I'm going to call you back here real quick. As we wrap this segment up, I want to say the interesting thing about the technology is after all these years, it's still about water, isn't it?
Yes, it's correct.
If
you have 1 gallon of water, you can get it on a fire soon enough, you'll probably put it out.
That's all it takes. Okay, We're going to do another demonstration in the next segment, so don't go away. We'll be back in about a half an hour. See you then. Okay, USAutomatic Sprinkler Corporation here in Carmel again with Bruce Aiken. Good morning again.
Good morning.
Last couple of segments, we showed the effect that you guys install these fire devices using water, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, now we're going to do something different. What are we going to do now?
We're going to demonstrate a low-pressure CO2 system.
When would you use that?
It's used for industrial applications, mostly for hydrocarbon fires. Kerosene would be a good example. If you have a kerosene fire, this system
So what's in here?
Low-pressure carbon dioxide. It's under low pressure, which is actually 300 psi, and it's chilled down to 0 degrees Fahrenheit.
And just very quickly, the kind of company that would need this system, sir, would be what?
An aluminum mill, automotive applications. The CO2 would be an excellent agent to protect a mill head for an aluminum company.
Because water would not work in that circumstance.
No, not as well as carbon
dioxide. Okay, this is Larry, and Larry's going to set this on fire. Now that's theoretically full of diesel fuel.
Yes, we're just going to do a demonstration, and should the tank rupture and we have a fire in the dike, this is what's going to happen.
All right, and this is actually going to happen, isn't it? So we're going to step back with me because, all right, so if this...
Time for us to leave now.
Okay, we're going to... Wow. That's very cold, isn't it?
Yes.
It is cold.
Yes. You can chill some beer back there if you'd like.
Okay, now the alarm's going off. Now, unlike the water sprinkler, this covers everything, doesn't it?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
It's designed to suffocate a fire, cool it, and suffocate the fire.
Now, to install something, again, this is your training facility, so your folks learn how to install this in the business. Is that correct?
That's correct.
That's correct. What is this system? Is there any way of telling me what a system like this, costs? Yeah.
Well, it's special hazards, and it usually gets to be a pretty expensive.
It's pricey.
Yes, it's pricey.
Because you're protecting
commercial industrial applications, and we are serving an industrial community that has very, very high value equipment, and oftentimes we have to use CO2 to protect it.
Now, just as we wrap this up, this gas is not obviously poisonous. Could we theoretically go back in there?
Well, actually, it is poisonous.
It is poisonous.
It is a
so we'll just step away. Marcus is leaving. Okay. Damn it. I feel like I'm in a horror movie.
It is a non-life sustaining gas
It is.
at the concentrations that were employed in there, and that's why we wanted to get out of the enclosure.
That's a nice term, non-life sustaining.
That's correct.
I think I picked up the drift. That's great.
Yes, that's why we asked you folks to leave the room.
Yes. Okay, Bruce, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Fascinating, and
coming out.
we're glad you do the work that you do. Probably save a lot of lives. We appreciate that.
That is our goal.
Thank you, sir.